What's going on in your life? Didn't you just come home or something?
Yeah, I came home at like 15, 14. I've been just taking off ever since. I just been making music, I got my liquor, I got my clothing, I got my potato chips. I'm just grinding, man.
Well, Boosie, check this out,
grinding.
right? Who are you? It's who are you? What happened? What happened to you to make you the way you are?
I come from the slums, bad.
Yeah. Just the line of questioning, like Mike just seems mad calm. Like it's knowing what the topic of the video is, I understand the approach.
No, I know we all come from the slums,
Yeah.
but it's something about the slums. Like it's something. No, about. Let's talk about me.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm from the slums too. And you know what blew my mind when I had a hat. My mother bought me a hat in the 70s. The Robin Hood hat was a really fly hat to have. I must have been 9 or something. But for some reason, I had an innate, I like style. I like clothes. It's out of the blue. I like clothes. And somebody punched me in my face. He became my good friend too eventually. But he punched me in my face and took my hat. And that blew my mind. That blew my mind. And ever since then, I didn't understand world, and people would pick on me, take my money. I became not a nice person. I hurt people, and it's just really bad stuff. But what happened? That's who I am now. I'm an insecure kid. I'm really scared all the time, but everybody thinks I'm fucking fearless.
What changed me?
Yeah.
What
happened to you? Yeah, why do you
into a hustler?
No, it's not.
Like
the way you are now. That has nothing to do with hustling. It's the way you are now caused you to hustle. It's the way you think, the way you think about yourself in the world.
I just think about always going further in the world.
It seems quite apparent that Mike has an expected answer in mind that he's fishing for, and with context as to the vibe of what was going on behind the scenes. I think he knows what Mike is fishing for, but he's not really giving it.
What's that? What's going further?
Father is just expanding. It's just making a better way for my kids. I got a lot of hustle in me. I got a lot of hustle in me from always wanting when I was a kid. I always wanted when I was a kid. And
why did you want?
Because nobody in my family really had. So I always wanted to look like Calvin, the drug dealers and shit. And now I just got a hunger for one more. That's just a part of me. I always want more. Like I don't never settle for shit. I felt,
Can't blame
I
him.
came home from prison with nothing. And I came home with nothing, so I've been home 5 years, and I'm just refreshed. And I feel like prison made me a better man. It made me smarter. It made me a businessman. Yeah, good pack.
So what do you listen? Oh, this is what I want to say. How do you feel about other people's feelings? Listen, a lot of people talk about fucking gay motherfuckers, homos, and faggots.
No. A lot of times I need to shut the fuck up. It's just.
Why don't you?
Oh man, it be hard. Like it be hard. My mama got on my ass yesterday, telling me I need to shut the fuck up. But when it be on my heart, I won't. I gotta say something.
Yeah, that's one thing about Boosie. You'll never be able to change about Boosie. Is that Boosie's a very profane individual. He's gonna speak his mind, and I think that to a certain extent, Boosie has like an interesting place within the black community because, on one level, I think that he represents. It's like I say that he represents what I believe to be like the older guard of blackness not necessarily like so on some historic level, but I mean, for his age group, I think that Boosie is a pretty decent representation of what a lot of, like, the mindsets of a lot of black folks. Maybe not an exact, not down to the T per se, but I think that he comes from a previous generation and he is very much a product of his environment and his time. Now, to some people, they'll see that and they'll flock to it because he's very much a product of his time. But the thing about times is that times change. So certain people aren't too crazy about times changing because along with times changing, ideals change, ethics change, all that kind of thing. And to certain people, I think that Boosie is something of a cult, well, not cult figure, but more so a folk hero, because he's saying things on a broad scale that people aren't really used to hearing anymore. A lot of these things are politically incorrect. A lot of things he's standing up for, people aren't really saying anymore because they've fallen out of favor. And I mean, that's one of many reasons. But Boosie's got, like acts off of Instagram. Boosie was encouraging nudity and all that other stuff on live. So that's another reason we can't ignore that. But that's one level. But on the other level is, or I guess the flip side of that coin, that dichotomy is that some of Boosie's views can be seen as antiquated. They're old, they're problematic, they're discriminatory. And I'm like personally, man, I'm a kind of guy that knows what I believe, but I respect people's opinions and respect people's beliefs to be themselves. And I think the thing with Boosie is, especially the thing that rubs people the wrong way, is that he goes out and he verbalizes things. And there's certain things, if you don't agree with, you don't got to open your mouth and talk about, truthfully. And Boosie does that on the regular,
Sometimes if it's night, I'm sure your mother said this is what everybody says. I don't need black, but if you have something nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes, sometimes it's hard to say to yourself, I don't like myself, but I don't know how to change. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like myself for a long time because I did a lot of shit to people. It's just who I am. I'm an abused kid that abused people. Till to this day, I haven't abused anybody, probably myself, but I'm still a predator. And you can't stop if you're that person. I didn't go all that way. All of us are, a survival mechanism makes us all predators.
Yeah.
We stay out of everybody's way, the right people's way. Or else be friendly with the right person so we can have power. That's just human nature. That happens without us even thinking. We do that without even thinking. So that's what I wanted. I always wanted to die. I always wanted to kill myself, but I couldn't kill myself. So now I got to deal with who I am. So I got to change myself. I got to find out who I am. I got to look into myself and find out who I am, and find out why do I say these things about certain.
I love the way these shot, man.
Why do you say things about person that might be a homosexual? Why do you say that about them? Do you feel there's a possibility that you're a homosexual and you might disrespect them?
Ooh. The thing I found to be so funny about this is that anybody else asks Boosie this, he's on their ass. I can tell you that much. But it's Mike Tyson asking you these questions. And you ain't gonna win that one. And they talked about Mike Tyson talked about it on Nori's podcast that his daughter is trans and she went up there and she had like smoke for Boosie when she found out that he was gonna be there. So the air is set for sure.
Furthers yourself from being a homosexual or thinking you may like homosexual.
But the part that he's talking about is true. A lot of times, homophobia is bred from self-hate. Not all the time. Sometimes people just don't like things that are different. But I think that sentiment of not liking things that are different negatively affect certain people who may actually have feelings of being like that. Like, am I gay? Am I this? Am I that? So as a means to try to put it off, they aggressively attack homosexuality or any other type of lifestyle, you know, that may be, you know what I mean? They might feel it clandestinely, but they just don't want to accept it.
Nah, I'm straight as an arrow. I'm just saying, you know.
I'm not saying you are, but why do you have? If you're straight, why do you?
I really commented on the Dwyane Wade situation because I got offended because it's a child. You know, that's why I really got offended. You know, and that's why I really said if it was a motherfucking 19-year-old, 18-year-old grown person, I probably wouldn't. I know I wouldn't have said nothing.
Why did you?
But
say
I
the
felt
child?
like I felt like, you know.
I'm just saying, hey, you know, I'm not judging you. Don't ever think I'm here judging you. I'm just trying to understand you.
Yeah.
You know, and I got some demons. You ain't in my world when it comes to demons.
Yeah.
Okay, but just tell me why.
It was just like, you know, I just felt like, you know, that's a child. I feel like a child ain't.
Yeah, that whole D Wade situation did throw me for a loop too. I can't front, man. It was like, I think there's nothing wrong with people living their truth and whatnot, but making a permanent decision like that at such a young age, like, for all you know, D Wade's child could stand on that, and they might be happy with that decision for the rest of their life. We don't know. But I hear that it's quite common for trans folks to make that transition and then have a regret. It happens fairly often, I understand, from what I understand. I'm not gonna be, don't quote me on anything, but I guess a decision like that is a very drastic decision to make, and the concern is because he's or she or D Wade's child is a child still, is a minor. The fact that they're condoning it kind of solidifies it and possibly eliminates the possibility of maybe having the child change their mind later on. I understand. I can understand that. Truth be told, he still was out of pocket for opening his mouth and talking about the shit, though, because it's not your child. You don't speak on the affairs of other people. You know what I mean? I don't think that is right. And maybe if you do, there's a platform that you could do it on. I don't think the manner in which he does, like, Boosie doesn't seem like he has a whole lot of social finesse. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's not the most deft speaker. So him talking about these kind of topics, I can see how it'll rub anybody involved the wrong way.
Ain't at 12 can't make that decision. I feel like that's just how I feel. You know, and certain things I talk about on like that, I just feel like that was going too far. You know, I
agree with you.
You know, you calling him or her, you know, like that's just going too far. You know, at 12 years old, it's like.
What? Check this out. I agree with you 100%, right? I agree with you, right? Me, I agree with you. But check this out. Who the fuck am I to say anything? We can't, you know, what I think don't mean a motherfucking thing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But I
Facts.
I think I'm somebody that can help the world because I'm like Tyson. You know what I mean? But I created this.
Yeah, I miss Mike's old co-host, man.
Whatever people think I am, but I know I put some scary shit out there. I know it's out there, you know, because I'm afraid. That's what kind of guy I am. You know? We have to know who we really are. We think we know who we are. You know? Who the fuck are we to make a comment about somebody's life? Who are you? What happened to you that you think that you're somebody to make a comment on somebody's life? I used to think that I can make a comment on somebody's life.
My mama said the same thing. But
Yeah.
she said, "Who am I to think I can make a comment about somebody else's child?" But you know, I said it and I stand on what I said.
Really?
Yeah, I said it and I stand on what I say. I just feel like
You know what? About
That's a
myself,
12-year-old child.
I realize about myself. Sometimes I can say, "Fuck, I'm wrong."
You married?
Huh?
You married?
Yeah, I'm married, and being married is a war too.
Yeah. I never been married.
But it's a war of love, you know.
Yeah.
Look, love is so inconceivable.
Yo, in a lot of ways, this conversation is quite awkward. This conversation is quite awkward, I must say. Not in a way where it's like cringy at all, but you could tell that this is it's a very touchy subject. And again, to go back to the context of Mike Tyson's daughter and whatnot being present and everything. So you could tell that there's an air of caution, but above all else, I respect Boosie for standing on his word. I definitely do, especially, you know, some people are just prone to fold at the first sign of resistance from people. It's nice to see someone just stand on their word.
It's free and it's all around us, but we think we have to pay for it. We think it's very difficult to have. We think if we don't do something great, like kill somebody for it, we can't receive it and buy it.
Do you ever feel like this, Mike? Like, since you're a king, even though you married, like, if that's your soulmate, why can't, when you feel that way, when my wife I have to go get me another woman.
Tell me
Like-
about this. Let me
like,
hear this. I like this.
My
stuff.
wife I have to go get me another woman when I feel like that. You know, that's the, you gotta
Listen.
you gotta be like them motherfucking them wives of the old. Whatever my man want, you provide it.
This nigga Boosie is really trying to tell this nigga.
I love this guy because I'm the same mentality.
You gotta cook, clean, whatever he want, you provide.
I have the same
it.
mentality,
That-
nigga. I
that's
agree.
that's just for the thrill.
I agree.
You know, I come home to you. That's just for the thrill. We gonna fuck this bitch together. This just love.
I know. Listen,
It's
right?
just love.
No, listen, right?
Like I couldn't control myself if I couldn't get my lust off in a marriage.
Nigga, I'm about to tell
Like-
you something. Suppose your wife really, she did it because of you, but now she's getting at a stage where she doesn't like it anymore.
Right. That
So
comes
what do
with a
you
lot
do?
of threesomes. I do
What do you do?
with my.
Nah, yo, y'all see this nigga over here just laughing, bro? Yo, he's everybody low key. Everybody that's not there.
Bag off a little bit, then speed it back up. You know.
How do you feel about self-respect? Do you feel you have self-respect? And if you do, how do you feel self-respect is being a branch on yourself? How do you feel about self-respect? Do you know what self-respect is?
Explain it to me.
Huh?
Explain it to me.
I might have. Self-respect is the illusion of yourself. How do you feel about yourself?
Mm.
How do you feel you should be treated? How do you treat people?
I treat people with respect. I treat people with loyalty. Those who are loyal to me, who deserve respect.
How does
Other
somebody do?
motherfuckers I bring-
This is interesting. I like you. Listen, I'm you, nigga. At one time, how did somebody deserve respect?
Respect gone.
I guess these aren't things he's ever thought in great depth about. It's one of those things maybe you could recognize it, but I guess maybe spelling it out might be a bit difficult.
What you do for me. That's what I go on my respect for. Like, what the fuck do you do for me?
But that's not necessarily respect. That's if somebody is useful. If somebody's not useful to you, they're no longer worthy of your respect. That's kind of off.
To get respect. You know what I'm saying?
What do you do to him to get respect?
I'm there for him. His kids go to jail, I got him. I feed him. I bond him out. Anybody, I'm there for him.
Do you expect something back from doing that?
No, I just want my niggas not to turn. Just don't flip on me. I'm gonna put us in positions to get the money. I don't want them to flip.
Listen.
And a lot of
Listen.
times that shit came back and hunted me.
Listen, let me explain this to you. I'm older than you, right? I'm
Yeah.
54. You can't pay nobody not to flip. It's in their soul to flip. It's in their DNA to flip. They're not tough enough for this particular.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like me. I can't buy friends, nigga. I don't like myself, so I gotta buy somebody. I don't think somebody's gonna like who I am, so I hide who I am, and I pay people money. I see they like money. They like how I look. You know, they like the cars I drive, the houses I have. You know, I pay for that shit because I'm insecure. I'm afraid they won't like me if they know who I really am. And they really do it. Really like it might be weird to them.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like somebody to know who you really are? You want to tell them. You really want to tell people who you are, but something's holding you back. That's why you do it in such a crazy way. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's something you want people to know, but you don't like it about yourself, and you hope they don't judge you.
This is the most docile I've ever seen Boosie. Ever. And I guess when you're in the presence of Mike Tyson, you're going to act differently than you probably would when you're just in front of your phone. Because that's the extent that we mainly see Boosie at, is just in front of his phone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We don't really get to see Boosie in a way where he has to articulate himself in a way that's not just entirely brash and kind of crass. But it's interesting, and I think that it's rare that we ever see a dialogue with Boosie. We ever see Boosie actually thinking about something. He just comes on live, or he goes on Twitter, he goes on Facebook, and he just talks. So this is like a different side of him.
I miss who I am. I'm everything. I miss who the fuck I am, and I'm not ashamed of who I am. But it bothers me that I'm that way. Does that make sense? I'm not ashamed of who I am, but it bothers me that I'm that way. Why am I that way? I got an image of something that's just totally not what that is not about. I'm such a fucking contradiction and lie to myself, both a contradiction and a lie to what I represent, that is, to what do I look like, the heavyweight former champion. This is what former champs represent, whatever manlyhood is for my fist. It's just who we are. America's that way. That's why I'm that way. We take what we want. America takes what they want, and that's the same toxic energy that guys that are immature and insecure we feed on.
Yeah.
Toxic masculinity. To hide who I really am. Keep it real.
Why he laughing?
Nigga, we respect them niggas that are killing. So when we see them, we don't think of nothing negative to them because we want to be that image. We want people to feel the way we feel, to feel about us the way we feel about him. Fear.
Yeah.
We want people to fear us. I come from a place where I want fear. Look at my career. I thrived off of fear because I was afraid. Yeah. I wanted people to fear me.
Yeah, you say you knew you was gonna beat him when you looked in his eye. When you say you knew it was over when you looked in his eye as soon as he got in the ring. I say, damn, Tyson had the motherfucker. He say, when I looked in their eyes as soon as I got in the ring, I knew it.
Nah, brother, it's like prison. You know who's the bitch.
Yeah.
You know the bitch.
Yeah.
I don't care how much muscles he have, how big he is. You know the bitch.
Yeah. Just like the yard.
Yeah, this one was interesting, man. I definitely liked this conversation. I think that if we were able to get Boosie to listen more like this, it would be interesting. Because Lord knows my son's not the best listener. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it just depends on who's doing the talking. You have to respect somebody to actually take in what they say. You're not going to listen to somebody's life experiences, or you're not going to listen to their life advice if you don't respect them. And I don't know for sure who Boosie respects it or not, but I don't think he respects most people, for lack thereof a better term. But yeah, man, I enjoyed this. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know. y'all liked the last Mike Tyson video. A few people done showed out for that one, and I thought it was really good. And I appreciate y'all for that. So if y'all enjoy this one as well, we can do some more. I'll definitely be down to, man. But just like that, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the one and the only Cool Hands. Done with another reaction. About to move on to another one. So, yeah, meet me over there. Bow.